guys, Rick Shaw here on the Tuesday the 21st of September 2021, and we are having a glorious day. Look at this. Wow, it's really something. But I'm doing my Expat, kind of like a little mini-series, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about security. You know, things when you get here you should look out for. I even put a few notes down so I don't forget anything. But one of the things I would recommend if you're setting up a house is have smoke detectors. And there's two kinds of smoke detectors: live and inanimate. We bought smoke detectors. I have one in each bedroom and then one downstairs in the living room. You get these dang things here in the Philippines, you're getting fourth tier products. Check them and see if they work. You know, start up a piece of paper, smoke it, see if the dang thing will go off, because out of the 3 we put in, we had 6. 3 didn't work. So make sure your smoke detectors work. Try them. I mean, if you buy something, try it. You know, they every time you go to a store here and you buy a light bulb, they take it over to this little place and they poke it in the thing to make sure the bulb works. But they don't check the smoke detectors. So you'll run into some that don't work. And even though the houses are block and concrete, your furniture, I had a Lazy Boy recliner years ago, and it was supposed to be fireproof and all this stuff, and it broke. They gave me a new one, but they left the old one there, and I took it down across from where I used to live in the open area, and I poured a little lighter fluid and I started burning it. And yeah, it took a while to get it start to burn, but once that thing started on fire, I'm not kidding you couldn't get within 20 feet of that. It had flames that were 15 feet high, and this thing was just engulfed. It was unbelievable how it started burning. And that's in the U.S. with fire codes and all this stuff on furniture. I don't think they got that here. And you got to also think the mattresses with the kind of foam and stuff. What'll happen is that'll put out a thing in the air, and you get a little bit of that, and it just clogs your lungs. You know, you're screwed. You're very screwed. So, you know, make sure you have that. The other smoke detector I talk about is get yourself a dog. I would recommend a very short-haired one here because of all the ticks. I had a little dog, little tiny one, a terrier. That was the best little dog for in the house. Thing ran around. It barked at mice. It barked if somebody came around in front of the house, even before they knocked on the door. It let you know. We had a little stove fire one time, and it just bitched at that fire like crazy, you know, and got us to go in there. So get that. Now myself, I want to get a bigger dog, kind of like for security. For when we're out, I'm going to train it up, so when we're out it'll stay with the kids, so that, you know, it'll protect them from snakes and different things like that. And a big one, and people too. And getting on that tact, I always carry a stick when I walk, to take care of dogs, 2-legged and 4-legged kind. I have a rattan stick I carry all the time. Also, I have some mace. I have a really good jar of mace. It's even got the orange stuff in it to mark them if something goes on. Great for dogs. I used it one time years ago on a dog, and I would have used my stick, but what happened was there was one dog attacked, and there were 2 more coming. So I went ahead and I hit him with this mace. It was the one that would squirt up to 20 feet. And when he got within range, I went ahead and hit him, and the other dogs just, when they seen him going nuts, they backed off. You know, and here dogs are a problem. Mostly, a lot of people, even here in this development, they're not pets. They're just garbage disposals. They keep them on a short chain. They're antisocial. If they break the chain, every time we go riding with the kids on the motorcycle, there's certain places I won't go because they got these dogs on a short chain. And if they get loose, they're attacking. It's not good. They're not social. Something you have to really watch out for. So that's one thing. Let me look at it. Let me hear what else we got. I know this is kind of silly, but another thing to protect you, don't keep water around your house when you're going to buy a place, or if you're going to buy one, you're going to look around. Watch for these people here that throw tires on their roof. They do. First place I lived, they had tires on, and I said, "What do you put the tires up there for?" "Oh, if there's a storm, it'll keep the roof from blowing off." Yeah, baloney. That's the biggest pile of baloney. What it does, it collects water, and you're going to get mosquitoes. So watch the water around the house, and watch the neighborhood you move into. Because first neighborhood we moved to, every house had tires on the roof. They get a tire that's no good, motorcycle, car tire, it's no good. They throw it up on the roof. And when we were in Carmona, across the little river, you can look at my old videos. The tire's on the roof. The Filipinos think that's a good idea. And in this land, when it comes to mosquitoes, you don't want to get dengue, guys. It's nasty. I had it, trust me. You don't want any part of that. So, oh, look at this. Wow. What a beautiful paint. God's painting our skies again today. That is so cool. It's a fantastic day. We got a cool breeze going. The sun doesn't feel too hot. It's just fantastic. So another thing, like myself, I feel real safe here. I felt less safe when I lived in California than I do here. So, but just, mind your P's and Q's. Don't get in arguments with anybody. I like to drink some beer from time to time, but I don't go to parties and go drink, unless we really know the people. If it's very close friends or something, you get people here. We knew a lady, one of our really good friends, and her son was at a drinking party, and some dude came that he went to high school with, hadn't seen since high school, and this kid's, I don't know, he was 27, 28 years old, something like that. And the dude had a zip gun and shot him in the head. Died the next day. Who knows why. And it went all through court and everything. And now people don't want to testify against him. The dude's off. And he's out on the streets again. So be careful of that. Know your people that you hang with. Like us, we don't go to bars or places. Well, we really don't go out at night. We're family oriented with the kids and stuff. So another thing here, you can't, as a foreigner, you can't have a firearm, but your wife can. She can have one. So that's something else to consider. And let's see, it's not a gun culture here, so you need to train your sweetie how to shoot. They probably won't want to shoot, but maybe having it could help, or who knows. If the chips are down, like I always said, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So use your own judgment on that. Let's see what else we got. That's pretty much. With your dogs too, they're good protection too. You get a good house dog. Like I said earlier, make sure short-haired. The ticks here are really crazy, but you can get advantage. I know they got a new one out where you feed it to the dog every month, but what's that doing to his liver or his kidneys, or who knows? I'm not liking that. My dogs, when I was in the States, I used Advantage. You can buy it here. They have it on Lazada. And treat your pooch good. They'll watch out for you. They're awake all the time pretty much. So I recommend having a really good pup when you're here. And I'm looking on my paper here. No, that's pretty much what I had today. But we are having a glorious day. They're doing tons and tons of building around here. They're starting new ones all over the place. These guys are hand digging this post and beam foundations. They don't do compaction or anything here, but it looks like, from what I see on houses, I don't see houses that are all cracked and crappy. So I guess you don't really need it so much. I know when I was in California, even to put a sidewalk in, you got to have 98% compaction and all this, rules and regulations to make construction real expensive. But that's how that goes there. A lot of stuff going on in this world. I did notice on the Facebook, I posted something from this doctor from Trinidad, and as soon as I put it up, boom, I was blocked for 30 days. And then the Honorable Eduardo Scotus, I think that's it, I got to read it again, but he had a tip on Facebook when he got back on, is that you say you didn't go against community standards and they pop you back up. Now I've been posting lots of stuff there, and they're not taking it down right away. So, but before you know it, they'll probably block me again. They hate the truth. It's sad. I saw a couple things. They had a Pledge of Allegiance thing on there, somebody, and they put a thing up in front of it. So these fact checkers that are on there, guys, they're anti-American, plain and simple. Don't think they're not. They're definitely anti-Americans. They seem to want to go to communism. I watched a fellow on Telegram, a Cuban guy, and older guy, and he was talking about how communists came in, how it crept up on them, and they didn't know. It seemed like a good idea, and they've been under that now for 60 years, I think. And he says he's seeing the same thing. He finally got to Miami, and he's seeing the same thing here. So you guys got to value this freedom you got. You have to really guard this freedom. Freedom is not free. It's time to wake up, smell the coffee, because it's not looking good. But people are waking up. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff in Australia, Europe. People are saying, hey, and this Jabba the Hutt thing they got, look into it. You better really look into it, because it's scary stuff, guys. It's just scary stuff. That's all there is to it. But they have some schools here are going to open. They're not requiring the teachers to get the Jabba the Hutt. I would be, personally myself, if somebody had Jabba the Hutt, a teacher, I hear there's this thing called shedding. I'd be like, I don't want to put my kids in with a teach that has the Jabba the Hutt. I don't want to put them in harm's way. We don't know yet. It's just like when this convict came out. They weren't sure what was happening, so they reacted to it. I'm reacting to what's going on now with the shedding thing. So the governments can react, why can't I too? So I would be not wanting to put my children, I'd like to know if one of the teachers or anybody in the class has Jabba the Hutt. I'd like to know. I want them to put that out there, because I don't want my kids going there. I don't want to take a chance on the shedding. I don't know if it's true or not. Don't know, guys. But the government didn't know a lot of stuff either, and they just reacted. So why can't I? Why can't I react? So that's just the way I feel about it. Our most important thing that my wife and I do are these children. God gave these kids to me. I was walking with my little son last night. My son Matty, he's my nighttime walking buddy. The other kids walk with me all the time. We ride bikes, we ride the motorcycle, always. But the only one who will go with me at nighttime, and I don't force him. I don't say you have to go. But Matty, if I go somewhere, he's got to go, usually. Right now, he's studying. He's in his school right now. We're homeschooling. And he goes, and I was just reflecting while we were walking, and him and I, we talk. We talk the whole time we're out about, you name it, all kinds of stuff. But I was kind of overwhelmed. The gift in this little man that God gave me. Just unbelievable gift. This kid, he's like a dog. He loves me unconditionally. He just does. And it's the greatest gift, and I realize that. I see it. And I don't want to ever screw that up. He's such a blessing. You know, he told me the other day, he said, you know, I'm having a lot of trouble with the back. I was told years ago when I had the third back surgery, the doctor said don't let anyone touch it, and you'll be lucky if you're walking by 50. I'm still able to go, but I'm getting days where, you know, it takes an hour to get out of bed. You know, I was doing videos in the dark. Yeah, I still get up at 4, but sometimes my leg just don't work. It's like when you fall asleep on your arms, and it's happening to my legs a lot now. So I can see it's coming, and he said he's going to buy me, he's going to get a good job, and he's going to buy me a remote control wheel buggy, and also he's going to buy me a robot so that when he's at work, if I need something, the robot will go get it for me. You gotta love these little people, these little gifts that God gives you. It's just amazing, and it chokes me up sometimes. All the kids, I love them to death. They're something special. My job is to guard them. That's my job. That doesn't belong to some government entity, some person somewhere far away. That's my job. I am the one who says what they get and what they don't get. Tired of these governments saying what you should do with your children. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. So just watch out for that. That's something you have to be very secure in if you come here and have little ones. But these kids here, you just got to remember too, I mentioned this in the video earlier, if you're a expat and you're coming here, be careful with the woman you choose, you know, because some expats come here who don't want children. They just don't. They already had their kids are in their 30s, they're coming here, they're getting a young woman, they want to go do all this. And the girl might say, I don't want kids either. But you got to remember something. You're not going to be around probably as long as they are. And in this country, there's no welfare or anything like that. All this here, they rely on their children to help them when they get old and get down. So by you coming here, you're stealing something very precious from them. So if you want to get a young girl, you know, plan on kids, because it's not fair to them. Don't be unfair to these. They need security too. You know, where this is a security themed video, they need security too. You have to give it to them. Some guys say, well, you know, I'll marry them and they'll get my Social Security and all this. Well, you know, that's not enough. You need love too. You need a lot of love, and they're going to need a lot also. So keep that in mind, guys. You know, keep it in mind. Morning. But it's a beautiful day here. It's kind of cloudy and nice, but that's my thoughts for today. I'm just an expat. I've been here 9 years, and it's just the thoughts I have. So you guys, I want you to all take care. Love the Lord. He's the one who created you. Don't ever forget that, and always turn to Him. Rickshaw out.